Hi, hello. I just came out of a reading Islam, and the first book I read after that is Lee Bordugo's Ninth House. I don't know if I'm holding it upside down. Anyhow, so the book is about the 8 secret societies of Yale, called the ancient houses or the houses of Whale, and these are the only ones that we care about because they are the only ones who have access to magic. So it's Skull and Bone, Squirrel and Key, Book and Snake, or Snake and Book, I don't know, Wolf's Head, Berzelius, Manuscript, St. Elmo's, and I'm missing one. Anyhow, yes. Any other society, we don't care because they don't have access to magic and they're muggles. Out. And then there is Leith, which is the 9th house, the secret house. This house is funded by the other 8 houses to basically police them and look over their rituals and magical activities so they don't get killed and also they don't get other people killed. They call themselves the shepherds, and their job is basically to keep the other houses in line. Also, there are these things called rays, which are basically ghosts that are wandering around New Havens. So one other job for Leith is to make sure the Greys don't mess up their rituals. The theme is dark academia, mystery, murder, fantasy, but the book is very dark and deals with very heavy themes, and it has a lot of triggers. So definitely, if you're sensitive to some of these, skip this book. This story follows Alex Stern, who is a troubled 20 years old girl who wakes up on a hospital bed, and she's the sole survivor of a horrific unsolved crime. And there's this dean of Yale literally in her hospital room telling her, "Dear, do you want to come to Yale on a Fulbright scholarship?" Who would say no? Who would say no? So by all means, she's not qualified to go to Yale. She's not a legacy. She doesn't have, well, she didn't even finish high school. But there's one thing that she has that no one else can do. She can see ghosts. In this world, to see ghosts, you have to take these very painful, very disgusting elixir that can kill you slowly and eat you up from inside out, to be able to see ghosts and fight them so they don't mess up the rituals that you're doing. But our girl Alex can just see them naturally, which is creepy. Like, imagine being able to see ghosts since you're like, I don't know, 3, 4. I wouldn't want that. That's one special ability. I don't want that. Yeah, I don't want that. Even if it means going to Yale. But yeah, our girl, she's trying her best to just survive the semester because, you know, Ivy League curriculum is not easy, and she has to keep up with the classes and also make sure the other college kids don't mess up the magical rituals and get accidentally killed or murder anyone when they're just trying to use their guts to predict the stock market. Yeah, very messy and very beautiful. Okay, so this is Lee Bordugo's adult debut. She's the author of Grishaverse, Six of Crows. It is very visceral and often graphic. Okay, so actually Lee Bordugo studied at Yale, and she describes New Haven and the campus very, very vividly, and I love that. And like, there are times that you can imagine yourself walking down those streets, going to these frat houses and old libraries. I think it's a perfect read for fall and winter. So there are 2 timelines in this story, and it's a slow burn mystery. This book is a slow burn mystery told through 2 timelines, and the build-up is very slow and could be tiring sometimes. and I think the ending was a bit rushed. So we could maybe probably have spent less time in the build-up. Yeah. The characters. They're very well written, and even the side characters are very distinct from each other. They're not just colons. Alex is a very troubled character who has had a painful past and basically all of the trauma that you can get. And yeah, but she's getting a second chance at her future, and she just wants to turn her life around, and she's likable. She's not dumb or a damsel in distress. I rarely found myself frustrated at her, but also she's not a pitch perfect protagonist. So best way to describe her is that she's a survivor. Then you have Darlington. He's such a well-written character, and he's easy to like. What I like the most about this guy is that he's a true reader. He grew up reading about magic, and unlike everyone else, he never stopped believing that there was more to this world. And every time he's yearning and searching for more. He spent his life looking for extraordinary, and now he's in the middle of it. This book is not a romantasy, so it's not heavy on the romance. I would say there are like basically no romance in the first book. It's mostly focused on the mystery, Yale history, and and also a lot of trauma and PTSD and triggers. So don't come into this if you're looking for a light-hearted romantasy. This is not it. So yeah, this was my take on Ninth House. As I said, I just came out of a reading slump, and to hold myself accountable and read more, I was thinking about doing a book club. I don't know if I'm gonna upload this video, but yeah, I would love to find other people who also enjoy talking about books, and I might even do a recap of the entire plot of the Ninth House. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for listening to my rant. Bye bye.